Goodness, I am like a completely different person from the last time you all saw me. Ooh, how do you do this? Hello my lovelies, and welcome back. Obviously I've been on a bit of a hiatus for the last 8 months. I think it was February the last time you all saw me. For those of you who follow me on Instagram or see the community page on my YouTube, we moved out of the bungalow that we were renting and have spent all of this year buying a house. As you will tell, we have got a white background like you sort of saw before, but it's a different white background in our new home. We actually moved in on Friday the 13th of October, which is an excellent completion day. Like how me of a day to complete on my first house. I suppose you'll also notice that I am now a natural brunette. My hair has grown drastically since I last saw you. Who knew she had dark hair? I certainly didn't, but I think I feel more myself now than I have done in a very long time. Loved being a blonde girly, someone who was born a natural sort of white blondie baby, and I suppose went through loads of different colours of blonde growing up, and obviously then dyeing my hair so many different colours of the rainbow and then bleaching it. It's nice to, I guess, be introduced to the natural hair version of me, and my hair feels so healthy and it's so silky and smooth. This isn't my natural curl anymore. I've discovered that with it being darker, I do prefer to sort of straighten it and then give it a bit of a wave, which is quite counterproductive for someone who does have natural curly locks, but I kind of look more like Hagrid, which isn't the vibe I really want to go for these days. I guess with this being my first video back, I thought I'd reintroduce myself. It's been a really long time. I am definitely a very different person to the version I left you with in February. I've done a lot of growing. I spent 7.5 months sort of not on my own, but me and my partner weren't living together. I hadn't had, I guess, time on my own like that for, I'm gonna say, maybe 15 years, which is a long time. And you know, over the last, I'm gonna say 3-4 years, I've done a lot of growing anyway. I went through life-changing therapy, and then that 7.5 months was groundbreaking, I suppose. I really discovered me. I gained a lot of independence, just got acquainted with who Phoebe is and what she likes and what my life is going to look like going forward, how I wish to live, etc. blah blah blah. I am Phoebe. I'm 27 years old, a forever tired gal who lives on coffee, loves fashion, does the exact same makeup every day, loves a nude lip, and only really wears black. I suppose for the first video back, I wanted, I guess, to just update you and let you know what had been happening. Obviously my videos have been very sporadic and inconsistent for the last couple of years, just while I went through the trials and tribulations of life. And things are now finally somewhat settling down, which means I can actually put YouTube back into my routine, give it some love and attention that I really want to give it and that it deserves, and you know, just be a bit more consistent. So I put on my Instagram a Q&A because I thought it would be really nice just to see your questions. Some of them were actually quite lovely, the comments that I've received, and I guess the congratulations on the new house. So thank you all so much. It feels, I'm a little nervous. Having not done this for quite a while, I don't know, I guess it doesn't roll off the tongue quite like it used to. So we're just gonna refigure this out together and just see where this YouTube channel goes, and yeah. Thank you. So I have the questions here that I got from you lovely people, so thank you so much for that. So I'm just going to dive straight in, and then I'll give you a bit more of an update, a little bit of a plan of what I sort of forecast for the rest of the year. So I'll stop rambling because it's clearly my go-to when I'm a little unsure and nervous. So what's a personal challenge you have overcome that you feel the most proud of? So I think I kind of touched on it over like the course of the last 7.5 months. My biggest challenge before was that I couldn't ever spend time alone and enjoy my own company. I don't know, I guess I've always been quite codependent, and the therapy I went through during lockdown covered a lot of that, and I guess the reasons and demons behind that, and it being a bit of a coping mechanism for not addressing other things. So I suppose it would be the fact that I can now happily, contently and enjoyably, if enjoyably is a word, sorry I had a hair in my mouth, I thoroughly enjoy my own time, and being my own person, it's been quite gratifying to find out who I am, and I'm pretty cool. The next one is favourite books. So for my birthday this year, it's kind of a bit of a sidestep from the question, but my mum for my birthday did me a book collection. So she bought me a book for every day. Oh my God, not every day, I'd be here for years. Every month of the year. So I got 12 books, and she did loads of research, put loads of effort into it. Authors that I'd heard of, brand new authors. My mum, 9 times out of 10, when it comes to book recommendations or just buying me books, hits it every time. She knows what I really enjoy to read. She knows who my favourite authors are, which for instance would be like Laura Purcell. She loves to write like Victorian horrors or ghosty sort of Victorian books, and they are fantastic. So actually a lot of my favourite books so far this year have been off the back of that. In my favourites that I did in February, before obviously I departed YouTube for a bit, was How to Kill Your Family, which was definitely a really big favourite. And then, sorry, I've been putting them on my highlights on Instagram, so each book that I've read each month has been going on there. So let's see, favourite. So Wayward by Amelia Hart, hands down, of the I think 17 books I've read this year, which is the most books I've ever read in a year, hands down my most favourite book. I smashed this book to absolute pieces. You've got 3 characters, all of the same descendant, completely different timelines. It's powerful. It invoked so much emotion. I was so invested in this book, and I absolutely destroyed it. I don't think I have got through a book that's chunky like this one ever, and I couldn't put it down. I took it everywhere with me. My spare time was dedicated to reading this book. It was absolutely fantastic, and I don't even think I need to look at the other books I've read this year. That one has dominated every single book I think I have ever read. Oh no, actually that's my first favourite, and I'm currently reading My Best Friend's Exorcism, which is based in the 80s, and I mean, the title is pretty self-explanatory. I'm only halfway through it, and I'm also devouring that. Oh, it's such a good book. It's written in such a good way. It's frustrating, and it's just such a good read. And I can't wait to spend the rest. Well, I'm going to spend this evening hopefully smashing another bit of it, because I sort of had to put it down when we got the house and obviously started moving things in. But yeah, if you're interested, I have a highlight on my Instagram called Books, and that is all the books that I've read so far this year. And if anyone, I guess, is interested in sort of my reviews on them, then I can do, I guess, a book review video, because I have been writing down, I guess, a rating of each book and what my review is of it. So the next question is, who are your inspirations for clothes? So I suppose if you'd asked me this earlier in the year, last year, previous years, etc., I probably would have given you individual names and actually specified people, but I have definitely moved away from focusing on different people's personalities and how that influences the way that they wear and style clothes. Now I mainly look at Pinterest, because obviously there's such a wide variety on there of new and old, and I think I find it easier to not, I'm trying to think how to word it. I find that I used to mimic people. So if I liked something, which obviously there are such a variety of things I like, but I'd be influenced by someone and I'd buy something, because obviously with social media, half the time if something's been tagged, it's brand new, which means it's really accessible. And I sort of would fall into this hole of I'd be influenced by other people versus wearing and styling things the way that I want to. And I think that's why I've fallen into holes every now and then, because I'd look at myself and be like, well, this isn't fucking Phoebe. So Pinterest, I suppose, allows me the ability to gain inspiration without mimicking. because I can look at an item and be like, oh, I've got something similar to that, and I can shop my own stash versus feeling the need to go and buy something new. That was a proper fucking tangent. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, and obviously music, films, books, architecture, for fuck's sake, art, so many things influence me, but not an individual. Okay, how do you decide on your wardrobe staples? Do you have any key pieces? So how do I decide on my wardrobe staples? I suppose it's versatility. I'm very good now with, I will only buy something that I know I can wear with multiple pieces, style it in multiple different ways. I have only the smallest amount that you couldn't really wear with a mass amount of things. And actually, they're colourful, versatile items are mandatory now. And then, do you have any key pieces that you work with? I suppose the main are, it's a black vest variation and a pair of black boots, and then I tend to build the outfit from them. Obviously my silver, we know I love my silver. Fave autumn accessories. Oh, it's gotta be my black Zara trench coat. I love it, stunning. A pair of black platform boots, or my Docs. What made oh, you know what, I really hummed and hawed about making this public, and then I reached an achievement, and I did. So what made you choose sobriety? God, I don't really know how to talk about this one. I really, like I said, I really hummed and hawed about actually whether I was going to put that out into the world, that I had gone sober. I mean, there's automatically details that I'm not going to delve into, because they are incredibly personal and incredibly private, and a lot of my journey, there has only been a very select few of people who have been aware that I chose to go sober from alcohol. So I think I made the decision at the beginning of June to stop. So I think I'm like 100 and, yeah, it must be near 140 days that I've been sober. So obviously it's still very early on, it's still very new, there's still a lot of difficulties, I guess, that come with it being so brand new. I have noticed changes, good positive changes, like my health, I can feel it, I can see it, my skin is so much better, my hair and nails grow like really quickly since, and I don't know if that's just a placebo sort of thing and I'm just noticing it, but it was happening before, or whether it's actually an impact from me not drinking alcohol anymore. I'm not a preacher of being sober, nor will I ever tell someone to go sober. It's no different to the fact that I don't eat meat and haven't done for 3 years. I don't cram that down people's throats. And I'm not going to do the same with choosing to no longer drink alcohol. But I have my very personal reasons for not drinking it anymore, and there are a very, very select few of people who actually know. But this was a very positive decision for me to make, and I just take every day step by step. Are you going to do makeup tutorials? If not, will you please? So I can. I suppose my makeup hasn't particularly changed, but I can definitely do an up-to-date one. I use very different products now to what I did. This is my everyday makeup, unless I'm in the office and I don't do the eyeliner, because who can be fucked to do that in the morning? But yeah, I can absolutely do that. That's not a problem. We can have a little chatty get ready with me, and I can show you what I'm using, and yeah, I can do that 100%. Will you still be doing fashion videos? If not, what content can we expect to see? So fashion videos are absolutely going to resume. My iPad is actually currently charging along with my pen, so I can actually start planning, especially now that I can see my wardrobe again. The juices for inspiration are definitely flowing. So yeah, so fashion will resume. I'll probably dabble a little bit of makeup, but it won't be, I suppose, the traditional makeup tutorials that you'll see. I have fallen in love with skincare. Oh my days. My morning and nighttime skincare unwind routine is just sensational. I love it. I think those are the favourite parts of my day. So I'd really love to incorporate some of that. Obviously there'll be some house and interior content. I'm due to obviously give you all a bit of a tour, and vlogs will resume. The next time I book a week off will be the week that our sofa's being delivered, and I'll vlog it because I really wanted to vlog the first week in the house and the moving in transition, but fucking hell, that was too stressful. I would not have coped. You'll see all sorts from me. Nothing's really nothing's really going to change. It's just where I film. What is your everyday job? So I'm not going to specify what I do as a job. I actually started my new role end of July. I love it. I have a fantastic team. My job brings me so much joy. I mean, I'm just going to say I'm in like admin because that's vague enough. It's nice to really enjoy what I do 5 days out of the week outside of, I guess, Instagram and YouTube. What is something you used to love doing but have stopped doing for whatever reason? So I suppose drinking is one of them. What else have I stopped doing? Entertaining people who are really bad for my energy. Obsessing over things that I can't change. I used to love doing that. Moving shit around. Oh, and reading bad books. And I get this from my mum. I'd start a book, I'd hate every page of it and I'd really struggle, but I'd be like, no, I have to finish it. So now I don't. So if it's crap and I'm just like, no, this is not the book for me, then I just stop reading it. And then the last one is, how are you? Like, honestly, how are you? The stress of life, moving, work is a lot. So one, thank you for asking. That's very kind of you to ask. I'm okay. I'm a bit stressed. There's still a lot happening. I'm trying to obviously navigate, I guess, being back into a house and paying a mortgage, still navigating my new role, just navigating what life now looks like. So I'm just trying to get myself into a proper routine. I'm glad that I can properly have some structure, because otherwise I get to the end of them and I'm just like,
what have I done?
So yeah, so I suppose some of those questions have sort of answered what I would have rambled on at you about for the last bit of this video. But structure is going to be key, planning, as well as making sure that I set my own time still. So it's going to take a while to properly fall back in with sort of arranging the days I go into the office for work, and when I'm going to the gym, when I'm doing my classes. I run now for joy and go on bike rides, and you know, there's a lot for me to figure out. So I'm probably going to spend the next couple of days sort of structuring what my weeks look like, my days, my months, just to make sure I don't burn out, because that was one thing I was incredibly good at doing before. It's going to be good. I'm very excited. Obviously, I'd always love to hear from yourselves, so if there's anything that you'd particularly like to see from me, my main focus is going to be YouTube and Instagram. Get these back underway, and then I'll probably start dabbling in shorts on YouTube and reels for Instagram and TikToks. It's a lot of things to do. How do we do it? That's me back. That was a really fucking rambling video, and for that I am very sorry. I'm probably going to try and edit the shit out of this. It's really nice. I'm really glad to be back. I'm glad I actually picked the camera up and I took this leap, because it was a bit nerve-wracking initially. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sticking with me and putting up with my bullshit for the last couple of years. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Welcome to also the new people. New people joined us. So hi, this is me. I promise it gets better. Thank you. I'll see you real soon.